areas of the state. Governor Yusuf said, Kwankwaso is gifted by God with foresight, and so they will follow him in whatever decision is made. According to him, God gave him, Kwankwaso, a gift not known to everybody. He has a foresight. If you go to him for an advice over something you feel is the better for you, if he advises you not to do it based on his foresight, so heed to his advice. If you ignore his advice and go ahead to do it, you will later feel unhappy or regret it. So because of his foresight, that is why we say whenever he goes, we will follow him. Governor Yusuf said. Governor Yusuf, we follow me. Abi, what is your problem? Follow, foresight. What are you even saying? It's not making sense to me. So yeah, that is Governor Yusuf for him. That's why people are and they are mentee, and you be as if they have used something to shade their head. If their head is not working very well, which one is follow him to wherever he follows you, take you to wherever he's following. Anyway, yeah, good luck following following Kwankwaso everywhere. Away from that, still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, prepare for fresh electricity tariffs. Nigerian government warns. Like seriously? Ministry of Power Adebayo Adelabu has warned Nigerians to prepare for the introduction of tariffs that reflect the true cost of electricity. Nuriya prepare. According to him, the country's economy can no longer afford to maintain electricity subsidies. Adelabu said this during the meeting with the chairman of the Nigerian generating companies in Abuja. We have to understand that our economy cannot sustain subsidies indefinitely. The federal government presently has an outstanding debt exceeding 4 trillion naira owed to the generating companies for overdue subsidy payments. In its performance report for February, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) indicated that the average real tariff stand at 116.18 per kilowatts per hour, whereas consumers are charged 88.2 naira per kilowatts per hour. In February, the subsidy cost per kilowatts per hour was represented by the gap between the real tariff and the average collection, which amount to 27 naira.97 kobo kilowatts per hour. Yeah, you people should just take your life away and just be using it. Like seriously, they are going to be charging us for what we are not using. That is not it at all. Like seriously, electricity that we are not even be giving. We want to increase it and be using your stuff now. Away from that, Jare is still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning. He led with conviction, not commotion. Saraki mourns Yar'Adua after 15 years. Wow, it's 15 years already. Ex-Senate President Bukola Saraki has eulogized former Nigerian President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua 15 years after his death. News may recall that Yar'Adua died in active service on May 5, 2010, after battle with ailment. In a statement to mark his 15 years remembrance, Saraki described the former president as one of Nigeria's finest, stating that Yar'Adua led with conviction and not commotion. The statement reads, 15 years on, Nigeria still mourns one of its finest, and I still remember a friend whose quiet wisdom helped shape my understanding of service. President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua led with conviction and commotion. He listened more than he spoke, and when he did speak, it was with purpose, not politics. His legacy reminds us that leadership is not about power, but about duty, humility, and justice. May Almighty Allah continue to grant him a place among the righteous in Al-Jannah Firdaus. Ameen. Wow, I can't believe it's already 15 years on. Wow. Time just a flow, man. Seriously? Alright, Allah forgive all of the Muslims and grant them Al-Jannah Firdaus. Ameen. Still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, Kano government defends Kwankwaso, slams ex-SSD over corruption allegation. Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf has strongly refuted corruption allegation made against the leader of the Kwankwasiya movement, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, by former secretary to the state government, Abdullahi Baffa Bichi. Speaking yesterday during the special meeting, which councillors from 44 local government areas of the state, Governor Yusuf described the chief's claim as baseless and misleading. He said the allegations, which circulated in a viral video on social media, were a deliberate attempt to tarnish Kwankwaso's reputation and stabilize the current administration. Okay, Kwankwaso and Trafi, I don't know what's going on between you guys, but it is well with Kano State. Kano with 2 emirs. Alright, it is well with you. Said on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, tension in Ondo as police and Amatekun exchange fire. Tension heightened yesterday in Akure, the capital of Ondo State, following a confrontation between operatives of the state's police command and personnel of the State Security Network Agency, otherwise known as the Amatekun Corps. Police operated from the Scorpion unit stormed the office of the Amatekun Corps in the Ijoka axis of Akure metropolis, where they forcibly took away a suspect who had been arrested and was in custody of the Corps. According to sources, a complaint regarding a missing motorcycle had been lodged at the Amatekun office, prompting personnel of the Corps to arrest the suspect, Tosin Adebisi, 18, at his residence, where the stolen motorcycle was also recovered. One of the sources disclosed that shortly after the arrest was effected by the Amatekun operatives, police personnel from the Scorpion units arrived and demanded that the suspect be released into their custody. However, the Corps declined, insisting that the suspects will only be released at their headquarters in Alagbaka. The situation reportedly escalated into a heated confrontation, resulting in gunshots being fired into the air and tear gas canisters being detonated, with the police ultimately taking the suspects by force. Like, seriously, please, you guys are learned and should not act like touts. And lastly, on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, suspected herdsman hijacked fully loaded vehicles, killed driver, abducts passengers in Benue. Government suspected to be herdsman yesterday night hijacked a motorcycle, a commercial vehicle along the Otopo Adoka area in Benue State, killing the driver and abducting all passengers on board. The incident occurred around 11 p.m. as the vehicle was en route to Otopo from Abuja. Eyewitness told newsmen that the attackers opened fire as soon as they sighted the vehicle, causing the driver to lose control and veer off the road into the nearby bushes after being hit by a bullet. The assailants subsequently abducted all the passengers before abandoning the vehicle at the scene. The body of the slain driver, identified as a native of Adoka, has been recovered and taken to his hometown. Meanwhile, military personnel have arrived at the scene and launched a manhunt for the attackers. That's a very sad one there. Like, seriously? Looking for your own urgent 2K and still in this danger. Like, this headsman should please now. What's going on? Away from the headsman to the Punch newspaper this morning. Oni meets Jonathan. Diri preaches national cohesion. The Oni of Ile-Ife, Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, has underscored the importance of national unity as a prerequisite for Nigerian sustainable development. The monarch made the remarks during separate meetings with former President Goodluck Jonathan, Bayelsa State Governor Doye Diri, and the Bayelsa State Traditional Council as part of his 3-day visit to the state. According to a statement issued yesterday by the Director of Media and Publicity at the Oni's Palace, Moses Olafare, the monarch was accompanied on the visit by his wife, Olori Elizabeth Ogunwusi, the Alagba of Agba, Oba Rufus Ogunwale, and the Onigbayi of Igbayi, Oba Joseph Okunlola Oni. Speaking before the Bayelsa State Traditional Council, Oba Ogunwusi emphasized that fostering peace and unity among Nigerians' diverse cultures is crucial to national progress. We have no other way except Nigeria. We have no other country except Nigeria, he said. What Nigeria needs to progress is peace, and there can be no peace without unity of purpose. This is where the government needs our support. As traditional rulers, we must lead our people rightly for the country to enjoy peace, so that governors' renewed hope agenda can positively impact lives across all communities. To achieve this, we must promote cross-cultural communication and engagements like this. Alright. Alright, cross-cultural engagement it is, says the Oba Ogunwusi Adeyeye. Still on the Punch newspaper this morning, prison inmates were fed, says the NCOS. The Nigerian Correctional Service yesterday refuted recent media reports alleging substandard feeding conditions in custodial centers across the country, describing the claim as false, misleading, and a gross misinterpretation of realities within our facilities. In a statement released by the Public Relations Officer, Deputy Controller of Corrections, Umar Abubakar, the service clarified that inmate feeding is conducted in line with the Nigerian Correctional Service Act 2019. The service operates under strict guidelines as provided by the Nigerian Correctional Service Act 2019, which mandates the provision of adequate nutrition, health care, and general welfare of all inmates, Abubakar said. He further noted that the allegations were not new and had previously been addressed during its television appearance. Like, seriously? More like the Ogele ones being well fed and all. Alright, maybe not see Agbako that will take us to the prison anyway, because this thing they are saying, I'm not going with it. It's not going good. The going is not going well. Away from the president to the online royal newspaper this morning, President Tinubu set to disclose with GenCoins in 4 trillion naira debt in the power sector. President Bola Tinubu is expected to meet the leadership of the Nigerian Power Generating Company as part of an emergency effort to address the 4 trillion naira debt threatening to cripple the country's electricity supply chain. The move follows a high-level meeting on Tuesday between the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, and the chairman of GenCoins in Abuja, amid mounting fear of a possible collapse of the national grid due to liquidity constraints in the sector. A statement by the Minister's Special Advisor on Strategic Communication and Media Relations, Bolaji Tunji, yesterday said the federal government had resolved to settle a substantial portion of the debt immediately, while the remainder will be cleared through financial instruments such as promissory notes within the next 6 months. Alright, Mr. President, you should take that. We don't even have electricity anyway, so yeah, you should probably take that so that you're not going to be in total darkness, because the fear of grid collapse is the beginning of wisdom in Nigeria. Anyway, still on the online royal newspaper this morning, I'm not in EFCC custody. Mele Kyari debunks media reports. Former Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, has denied reports that he is in the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Nigerian Protocol at print. Recently, there were reports that Kyari and several other top NNPCL officials who were recently removed from their positions were being questioned over alleged misuse of funds and abuse of office. One report even claimed Kyari had been taken into EFCC's custody on Friday and might spend the weekend there. The EFCC has not officially responded to the claims. However, a letter believed to be from the Anti-Corruption Agency has surfaced online. In the letter addressed to Bayo Ojulari, the new head of NNPCL, the EFCC requested certified true copies of payments records and benefits of 14 senior officials. This includes those who have retired. Alright. Away from that to the Nation newspaper this morning, traditional leaders key to peace, says Sani. Kaduna State Governor Ubasani said that traditional leaders play a key role in the success of the non-kinetic approach in tackling insecurity in the state. He said by sharing intelligence with security agencies, the governor also said that the state is now one of the most peaceful subnational because there has not been any record of ethno-religious or communal clash in the last 2 years. Sani, who spoke at Latifah Ibrahim House, where 23 vehicles were distributed to traditional leaders, noted that its administration holds the royal fathers in high esteem. They have been working day and night, sharing intelligence with security agents and ensuring that they are always close to our people at the community level, and that is the reason why our non-kinetic approach towards addressing insecurity is working. Without the support of our traditional leaders, we will not have achieved security stability in Kaduna State. That is why today we are not only supporting but encouraging you. Alright, good one, Sheusani. Even though our people need that more than anyways, let me away from that. Then still on the Nation newspaper this morning. How to restore discipline to PDP. Former Deputy National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Olabode George, said former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike has sanctioned for anti-party activities. He said the party is being embarrassed by the open display of affinity by the duo to other political parties. Judge said the PDP crisis is festering because Atiku and Wike have not been with other parties. What he said, what exactly is going on, and anybody who is tired of PDP should leave and join another party. Enough of this embarrassment. As a founding elder of this party, I will not watch while some people openly disrespect the party. It is impossible. Alright, we are going to go on a short break and we'll be right back. That was Alima on a very high spirit this morning. Okay. This morning, I'm loving your vibes as well. Okay, still on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Kwara makes residency registration mandatory for students' exams. The Kwara State government has made residency registration with the Kwara State Resident Registration Agency mandatory for all primary and secondary school students seeking to seek for national state examination, including WAEC, NECO, and Common Entrance. Acting General Manager of Kwasura, Alhaji Tajuddin Jimo, disclosed this during the first quarter ministerial briefing in Ilorin, stating that affected students must present evidence of registration or risks being barred from sitting for their examinations. He said the directive aligns with Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak's decision to expand the residency registration exercise to all residents, leading to an increase in registration centers from 96 to 136 across the state for easier access. He said the directives has been communicated to relevant ministries, agencies, and traditional rulers through the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. However, the announcement has generated misreaction among civil servants in the state. Of course, it's going to generate, like, seriously, Nigerians. I don't know how people just impose things just like that without considering people's pockets and all. You just mandate something, like, seriously? You just leave it now. People come and do it when it's time, and eventually everybody is going to register. But I think that's not the case in Nigeria. Like, how will you be enforcing something when we are not living in military rule and all? Still on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning, Jare Nahkon advance team leaves for Saudi Arabia today. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has stated that the delay in traveling of its advance team for the 2025 Hajj is due to some change introduced to improve operational efficiency. A statement by the Commission which revealed that it is on course to facilitate seamless Hajj for the year added that officials would travel today, Monday, 4 days to the commencement of Hajj airlifts. It said this is a strategic decision without fear of listeners. This may report that Commission Chairman Professor Abdullahi Sal Usman had earlier said that advance, which comprise of critical staff like medical, tram, and operational staff, will leave Nigeria April. Alright. And lastly, on the newspaper review this morning on Emirate Radio, how Boko Haram attacked Yobe military brigade, killed 4 soldiers. Suspected Boko Haram terrorists on Saturday attacked 27 Task Force Brigade Buniyadi, Gujba local government area of Yobe State, killing at least 4 soldiers and destroying many operational equipment. The attack happened less than 24 hours after the Northeast Governors Forum met in the state capital, the matter and adopted a multidimensional approach to tackle insurgency in the region. Bunyadi is located about 65 kilometers from Yobe State capital and in the country home of the state governor, Maimala Buni. A security source who escaped the attack told our correspondent that the assailants stormed their locations around 2 a.m. on Saturday through the western direction. He said terrorists had sacked the troops from the brigade and burnt down all equipment that were deployed there. They ransacked the armory, looted what they could, and burned it down. The sets placed the artillery, 5 MPR and 5 MRAPs, anti-aircraft carriers, and 20 Hilux vans, he said. Earlier on Saturday, the Nigerian Army headquarters confirmed the attacks via its verified Facebook page but didn't give further details on the destruction recorded. Like, seriously? Nowhere is safe in Nigeria. If they can go and attack the military brigade and kill soldiers, we, the civilians, are in deep shit. Like, seriously? Alright, Allah will continue to be our safe and guard in Nigeria, because it's not smiling as it's going this way. It's not smiling at all. And that brings us to the end of newspaper review this morning, 5th of May 2025. That is 5/5/25. I do really love that vibe. If you want to read any of those newspapers, you can pick them online or offline and go through them. Thank you for listening to Newspapers Review today. Continue to stay safe and healthy. I am Latifah Ibrahim-Arowona. Have a great day at work and have an amazing week.